Okay, so as you can see, this is the gun. And I'm just gonna, it's kind of hard to write instructions on how I made it. So I'm just gonna kind of give you a quick video instruction type thing. So here is the barrel. Just goes along here. Just this one's three feet, I think. Doesn't matter how thick, fit anything you want, whatever. Just a tube. Now you'll see here that I have a fitter that the barrel fits into, and that actually makes the barrel bigger on the outside. There's another one that makes it even bigger. Now that has threads on the end here. So that actually screws right into this ball valve. I think this is a 3/4 inch ball valve. You could buy all this stuff at the hardware store, and I just attached a little wooden thing to make it easier to open. I'll show you the trigger thing after. So that's the barrel. So when this is right now is open, when you turn it, it's closed. So no air could pass through. Air could pass through. Here on the other side, you'll see I have a small, just little tube with threads. That's how I'm connecting it all. It screws in. Threads are like little screw things. And here is a elbow, another smaller tube, another elbow the same size, and another tube the same size as that one. Now you could see here that I have the pressure vessel. This is where all the air goes into. Here is a little piece. They're kind of hard to find actually. I found it in the hardware store, but it's so big. But it basically just screws onto that, and then it gets a lot bigger. And here you can't see it because it's put together, but underneath here it slides out to about here. So there's a little plastic piece, and this slides over the plastic piece. And to fit that together, I used epoxy, and you're going to want to use quite a bit of it because it has to be airtight, and you don't want that exploding. So the air can't get out through this little crack. Here, this is just a bigger tube, okay? Bigger tube, exactly like the barrel, just thicker. It's a little shorter because you don't need that much. And this is just like kind of like a fitter. It's like a piece of a even bigger tube than this, and it fits over it and connects this and this together with epoxy. So that's how you connect the pressure vessel to the rest of the gun, to the tubing and the valve. Then here you could see at the other end, it's kind of covered by duct tape here, but it's just a cap. So I once again epoxied that on, and nothing could go through. But then after, I got one of these pieces, and these are pretty hard to find actually. I can't find another one for my next air gun, but I'm gonna keep looking. But anyways, I got that at the same hardware store. They don't seem to have it anymore, so hopefully you'll be able to find one. But all I did is I measured the inside of it on the other side of that little bolt there. But this is all one piece, by the way. There's another thicker piece of metal that looks kind of like a screw. It has threads on it. So I measured that, and I drilled a hole slightly smaller than that in the middle of the cap. And then just with using a lot of force, like a lot of pressure, I screwed it in by hand, and once it got kind of in, I used a wrench just to put it all the way. And you're going to want everything here, all the way up until here, to be completely airtight. So you can use Teflon tape on the threads, epoxy. I would recommend PVC or ABS glue, depending on what you're using, if it's ABS or PVC. PVC is white, ABS is black. This, I'm assuming, is ABS. It's kind of gray. So make sure you get the right glue. I would just use maybe epoxy. It doesn't really matter. So I used epoxy. And then after this valve, it doesn't have to be airtight, but you don't want air escaping. But it doesn't have to be pressurized, so you should be good with that. So basically, that's the air gun. And you can see the only additions that I've made is I added just wood strips, duct taped it on. That's just to support the barrel, because the barrel, I don't want it to like wobble around, so just support it on the wood. And I added this piece here, which it's kind of like a trigger. When this is closed, I attach an elastic here onto a nail, pull this over, all the way over there, all the way onto here. And then it still stays where it is, but then when I just tap this forward, it's enough force that this actually just snaps down really quick. And it's important that it goes really quick because if it doesn't, the valve won't open quick enough. So that's it, and good luck making it. There it is.